What's on your mind, man?
Uh, a lot of things. I first want to say to you, thank you. Thank you so much. As I've gone through this course, me and my team, my son and a dear friend of mine, Craig, we're applying everything as fast as we can. And we're getting amazing results. I'm really, really blown away. We went from like 370 bucks a month to pretty close to 900. And we've only been with you for 3 weeks. So I'm really, really happy.
Amazing. That's great.
Yeah. So I think the first thing is, when focusing on creating, what I did is I created an inner circle membership. So we got 63 inner circle members, and they'll probably be in here. And I just wanted to figure it out, so I charged $9.99. And I was blown away how fast we got those inner circles. And my whole career, Evan, I just help people get vision. So your word is believe, mine's vision.
That's
and
good.
I noticed one thing that, everything in our back office analytics is going up except subscribers. So, if I'm generating money and I'm helping people, is subscribers really important?
So we're talking YouTube subscribers?
Huh?
YouTube subscribers?
Yeah.
What are we selling? Like, what's your business and what's the inner circle all about?
What the inner circle is, most people, in my opinion, they don't have a clear vision. Vision should pull you, as you know. And so most people don't move forward because they have nothing to look forward to. Mm-hmm. So all I do is I do a group once a week. I bring my inner circle members in, and they see me doing what you're doing with me now. But it's more on, I just noticed in 36 years of doing what I do, people get in a company to sell a product or make money, but they don't really have a reason why. They don't, if you ask them what they want, they don't have a clue. So if you help them paint a vision of what they want to create, then all of a sudden it seems to start popping for them. And that's what I really, truly love doing. So I call it, the channel's called Vision, and it's under my name, but my main thing is just to help millions and millions of people have that breakthrough.
I love it. Now, do you need a business model attached to it, or is your business successful enough?
No. It's my son and I, years ago in 2012, we hired Brendan Burchard. I wrote a best-selling book. It did really, really well. And I did a lot of things on this coaching aspect and selling courses and stuff, but it was just not, it just wasn't me. We made money. We made a lot of money, but I hadn't found a way yet, Evan, that if I charge somebody a lot of money and then they don't listen to me and don't get any results, I take that as personal responsibility. Mm-hmm. And of course, every person I've talked to, from Frank Kern to all of them, just going like, you need to get over that. I'm very, very blessed financially. So I'm not doing that. I don't need to make money. I need to make an impact. I'm 61. And I'll tell you something. Jim Rohn was a personal coach of mine. And he said, Robert, you die twice in your life. Once when, you're no longer breathing. And the second time is when no one mentions your name anymore. And so he said, put your head forward and go out there and make sure that people don't forget your name. So, and the only financial aspect I want from it, Evan, is I was an orphan and grew up in foster homes. So I right now support 2,500 orphans and worldwide. And I want that to be 25,000. And so in the business model that I had prior to seeking out you, there just seems to be a ceiling on it. And you're building it to a place, and then you got to rebuild, and then you got to rebuild it. It's not making that what some people call, I guess it would be FU money, even though I probably would never call it that.
Mm-hmm. How much time are you committing to this or willing to commit to this versus what you need to do in your business?
No, I can put 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day into this. Along with my son, Matthew, we work together. He's 31. And then I got a friend from companies that have helped promote me. He was always like he's just the best MC in the world. His name is Craig Jackman. So all of us are focused on this 100%. So I'd like to be in one of your top 5 success stories.
Let's go. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear, Robert. Okay, so let's look at your YouTube channel then. Let's pull things up.
Okay.
Let me take a look here and give you some advice, because usually there's 3 main shows. Oh, there you go. Your video is playing. There's 3 main shows you can create. I think 2 of them are fantastic for you. The first is the Biz Dev show, and that's focused on making money. And if that's taken care of, then you don't need to create the Biz Dev show. But the second 2 are the coaching and then the thought leadership show.
Okay.
I think there's tremendous value for you in both. So the coaching is you have people come on and you coach them. If your whole thing is vision, you coach people through finding their vision and how to do it.
You would make those public to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And they know that this is happening.
Yeah.
So it's a caveat for coming on, right? Like, we're coming on Instagram, we're doing this live, there's people watching. You know that this is happening, right? So you get a chance to talk to Robert one-on-one, but it's going to be used as a YouTube video so that other people can learn from your story as well.
Got it. Thank you.
I think that'll make you come alive when you're with somebody, because you probably do this already just from friends and people you see and kids and everything, right?
Yep.
But now to turn it into content that people around America and around the world can tune in and see, that they get to learn from you even though they may never meet you in person. And when they might be orphans, they might be not have mentors, they might have parents who don't believe in them, and now all of a sudden they can tune into you and watch your content and see your framework and say, maybe I can, right? So then it's figuring out, how do you most effectively get people to come on your show? It's usually team to help you book people. Is that something that you feel you could do pretty easily, or you need to brainstorm getting people on?
When I went through your training and I seen the 3 ways that you're doing it, I immediately put them in. I mean, there was a lot of things that we didn't have on our channel. So me and my son and Craig, we just did our 3rd podcast yesterday.
Right.
So, and we're now starting to do reels, and I wasn't on hardly any other social media. So, creating this micro content is something that I'm slow in doing, including Instagram. It's like, this is new for me. But if it reaches more people and helps more people, then absolutely.
Great. So even the short form content you can pull from the long form content. So if you're doing coaching sessions or you're doing thought leadership content, you could take the highlight moments, and it doesn't mean you Robert, but someone on team,
right,
clips the best moments and then puts that as a reel. So you don't have to do original content if you don't want to. If you love it and it's fun, cool, but you also don't need to.
Right.
The long form is where you're going to end up getting a lot of not just traction, but impact. Because there's only so much, if you're looking at like a 42-second reel, you can give some inspiration, but it's not as much impact. So that's basically what we wanted to create with a short. My dog's freaking out. If you want to create the long form content, that allows people to go deeper and really touch their lives, as opposed to just having a little bit of inspiration at the top. Because if you're going to help really somebody figure out their vision,
right,
you can't do it effectively in a 48-second video.
Got it.
Right? So the short form becomes a gateway to the long form. The long form content is coaching. So it depends how hardcore. If you're going to do 12 hours a day on this stuff, then I'd love to see a long form video every day on your channel, split between the coaching, thought leadership content. So you're making you direct the camera speaking. Yep. You tell me, I don't know if you need help coming up with ideas, or team can help come up with ideas, or you already know what ideas you want to talk about, and then just filming content, putting it out there. And then if you want to do a podcast, or you have co-hosts, or you have you and your son, or Craig, I think you mentioned, great. as personalities, but daily long form videos that are 30 minutes to 2 hours long, that then doesn't mean you have to film it every day. You can batch film,
Right.
but then that gets cut up and put across social. That's like the high level strategy for building the Robert Hollis brand.
Yeah, it was funny. A year ago in January, I made a commitment to do a video a day that's over 10 minutes.
Okay.
And hardly missed a day. They were just on Facebook. And so I was downloading to Facebook and then uploading them to YouTube, and that got the audience that I have. I haven't even monetized my channel until like August of last year. It finally monetized, and then so when I seen all your stuff, and I was going like, you always can think about what you could have did in the past, but I have this little dream if I found you in January of last year and where I would be today.
That's so okay. We start where we start. That's
right.
Great. Now let me pull up your channel.
Please.
And we can do a quick overview. So here we are. If you guys want to check it out, it's at Robert Hollis. Let me just clean my camera a little bit so it's easier to see. Perfect. Okay. So first off, this is great. So you have your vision. You have a link to join your inner circle with Cheer, which is awesome. Here I would zoom in on your face a little bit more. Who is this guy? I don't know. It just looks like some guy. Okay. So headshot. Do you have photography, or do you need to go do headshots?
I will get one.
Perfect. So like headshot. If you look at, if we load mine. Let's see.
Got it.
So when it's small and it's on the phone, you know that it's me. When this is small and I'm out here on my phone, I don't know. That could be anybody.
Great point.
So let's zoom in. Okay, here. So we have our banner. I don't know what this says. Something presents. Oh, that's your signature?
Yep.
Okay, so that's hard to read. So Robert Hollis presents vision. Vision inspires success in others now. I need a little bit of credibility on this.
Okay.
Assume I don't know who you are. So if I'm coming and looking at you right now, we're doing this session. The first thing I see is like 1,000 awards behind you.
Right.
And they all mean something. I'm assuming you didn't just go to some award shop and just print yourself off a bunch of, right? You didn't just spend.
That is funny. That is so true.
I'm assuming they mean something, and all those seals are legit things. Great, but why do that? Well, it's because it's a reminder of the accomplishment you've done, but also if somebody comes on for the first time and is meeting you, it looks like you've done some big things. Right. So when I come back to your channel now, you could be anybody,
Got it.
You could just be some Hawaiian pastor who's off here talking about vision, right? So
yeah, that's true. That's true. When you look at it that way, your perception, I see it right away.
Yeah, and so assume they don't know they have no idea who Robert Hollis. This is who we're trying to talk to. We're not only making videos for inner circle people. We want people to discover Robert Hollis, to learn about your message and how powerful it is. So it's a good start, but having some credibility on here, whatever it is that would make people say, okay, this guy's worth a few more minutes of my time to pay attention to.
Thank you.
Okay, so then we have here, we have our inner circle. If I click on this, what's going to show up? Nothing. Okay, so, here we go. Okay, so this is for the membership on YouTube?
Yeah.
I thought you had something that was $900 a year or something.
No, $9.99.
Oh, and I guess it's $15 Canadian. Okay, so you're doing it through membership. Okay, that we'll probably have to do a deeper strategy dive on this, because YouTube takes a giant cut of everything that you make through memberships, and it's probably best to take them somewhere else to create your own program that is offline, whether it's through Zooms or a Discord group or Facebook group or something. like you're in Movement Makers.
Right.
And what we do with Movement Makers is you might have seen in one of my YouTube videos, but then we take you off platform and then we go in Discord and then we have our group training inside Zoom, which is going to be a much better experience and also will end up being more profitable for you as well than running through channel memberships. So either you create something that is off platform that you can monetize, or you give it away for free. It's like, I don't need to monetize any of this anyway. Cool, then just give it away for free.
Right. But
this is not anyway, it's a good start, but I would strategize what we want our business model to be here. Okay. Okay, now as we go here, do not live stream to YouTube.
Do not live stream to YouTube.
Yeah. And this is where most of your strategy seems to be going. So this is a great hack. You streamed about us today, okay, and then you streamed earlier today, and then 2 days ago, and then 3 days ago. So you're doing basically a daily live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to stop that.
Well, hey, at least I didn't go a year.
Yeah. Good thing we're having this call. So here's why. So live streams are great. Live streams are great for getting immediate audience on the video, okay. And there's something that you want to promote. I'm going to be in, even this Instagram Live, I'm going to be with Evan on Instagram Live in an hour. Come join me. Like, or you have a new book launch that you're doing, or you just want a lot of attention on one specific thing. Live streams are great. But the thing with live streams are they almost never live on after the live stream is done.
Got it.
So the chances of people finding these videos in a week, in a month, in a year drop dramatically, which is the biggest advantage of YouTube, is that your content lives forever.
Got it.
If you're talking about vision, unfortunately, in 5 years, people will still need to figure out vision.
Right.
So your video that's live right now in 5 years is basically dead, even though the content is probably great.
Okay.
So
so you, instead of doing live streams, you record it and you just upload it?
Yes. So if you need are you doing anything with a live audience? Let's see what we're doing here. So you go live, and then what happens? So if I click on this.
No, that's mostly all thought.
This is mostly all what?
The third video that you have, just leadership, thought content.
Oh, thought leadership. Okay, so let's see what happens here.
Hello, buddy. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is...
Okay, we need to cut all that stuff out.
Okay.
So, again, if I don't know who you are, the opening really matters. So you took 6 seconds, and we still haven't gone into, I don't even know what we're talking about here.
Got it.
So hit me with a powerful opinion. And this could be edited, So you got into it pretty fast, which is great. Like you're going in.
Hello, buddy. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's...
But like, if I don't know who you are, why am I going to watch this?
Okay, got it.
Right? That's who we're trying to target. People who know who you are, they're going to love it, but they love you already.
Right.
So we're not targeting inner circle members, or we're not targeting our mom. It's like people who don't know who we are yet.
So just hit them right away with whatever subject I'm talking about.
Yeah, I would. Again, if you have budget, this is filmed off of what, your laptop?
Yeah.
So get a camera crew in, hire them for a day, and film a bunch of content. Make it nicer, make it cleaner. Don't live stream. Do you need this audience? Like, do you need questions from people? Is that part of what you're doing here?
No, they just make comments, and I welcome them. And a lot of people have been super chatting since I've been doing this, and giving donations, but that's because they like me. That's my audience already.
Right. Okay. So here's the thing. This is great for community, and this is if we take people off platform and do a Zoom with them. That's a great way for community stuff, but it's not great content.
Okay.
Here's what happens. So it's not great content for replay, for people who don't know you. So if you're here, you're talking, and then you're saying, talking to these people, hey, Bill, hey, Arthur, hey, Sandy, wow, how you doing?
Right.
That sucks for the video. Right?
Okay, so this is why I hire you. This is why you get the big money right here.
So nobody wants to sit through that as a replay.
Okay.
It's a great experience. If you have a live audience, it's a great experience to connect with them. But it's basically something now that is not, that part is not meant to live on YouTube afterwards. Okay. That's something you created for the community. So if you look at a lot of our movement maker training, I'll do the same thing. Like, have you come to one of the trainings yet?
Have I been through your training?
Yeah. Like, have you come for the live experience yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You should have seen our banner before.
Okay. Great. So in the live experience, you know, it'll start early. Zan is there or Alex is there. Somebody's welcoming people. I'll come on and say, hey guys, happy Thursday. Movement makers in the house. You know, I'll ask people what's one word that they're feeling right now. Optimistic, energy, hopeful.
I haven't been on one of those yet.
Okay. So, but we cut all that out.
Okay.
Because if that was to go to a video, that would be, nobody wants to sit through you saying hi to Lisa Marie and Sandy and all these other people.
Right.
But it's great to do for the live experience. I'm not saying don't do that.
Right.
But that part needs to be edited out for a video. So if you're saying, you know, you've got budget, then that's a great face right there. I like it. It's great.
At the beginning of my videos, because my son taught me, you know, to do this when we do edits and cuts, right? And that's so stuck in my mind now. So, you know, whenever I'm starting, I'm always doing this clap or I'm making some kind of facial. Pretty animated. I love being animated. It's just me.
No, that's great. Don't dim that down at all. That's your secret sauce for sure.
Cool.
So get a film crew in and film you doing this instead of filming from your laptop.
Okay.
Because that, for most people, it doesn't matter. But again, if you're at the point where it's like, hey, I've got budget to do this, then you want to give yourself the best shot. So no live stream. And if you're going to do a live stream, it's for the community only. And then we're going to edit the videos. And you have a videographer come in and actually film you doing this properly.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, these videos are going to be hard to save, but they can be downloaded and made unlisted, and then you can upload them again as a regular video, which would probably make sense. Like,
wow,
download this video, unlist it, edit out. Like, this is 2 hours.
Yeah.
But this sucks here, right? Like, I'm sitting here looking at Craig, like waiting for you to show up. Right?
So what should be in that first 5 seconds?
So so now it depends. So like, this is brutal to watch on replay, right? If I don't know who you are first, now I come to your channel and now I'm seeing a guy named Craig who I definitely don't know who he is. And I'm just sitting here, we're 15 seconds in. I don't know how long Craig is kind of waiting for you to show up. You know, like, how long is Craig going before you even show up?
He introduces me for a couple of minutes.
Right, but nobody wants to sit through that, right?
Right.
Not if they don't know who you are. Right?
I'm listening.
So
I'm listening. This is great stuff.
But even before Craig started talking, there's 25 seconds of just nothing happening, right? So this is the stuff that kills YouTube videos. If you look at your analytics on this, for new audience, they're tuning out. So the first minute depends on the type of video that you're doing, but we need power in the first minute. That's when people are deciding. If it's a 2-hour video, if you nail the first minute, people will stick with you for 2 hours because you're going to give them stuff that they can learn. But if the first minute is nothing, then they're out, even if there's gold later on in the video.
Okay.
So your two options are, if it's a solo Robert video, powerful opinion. What do you believe that other people don't believe? Right. Look at vision. Like, what do you believe about finding a vision that other people don't believe? Like, Robert, that's not true. But you know it's true.
Well, my whole success is based off me imagining where I'm going to be at an emotional event. It's just like my mentor taught me, if I could, you know, hey, he showed me a check for $62,000. The first thing he asked me is, if you had this money, what would you do? And of course, it's the obvious, pay bills, whatever. But then he would always tie it down to, well, how would that make you feel?
Okay, so before going to story, What's the punchline? What do you believe? We're going to get to story. That's really important.
Gotcha.
What do you believe about crafting a vision that most people, you walk down Main Street USA and you tell them that, they think you're crazy.
Yeah. If it doesn't make you if your vision doesn't make you emotional, it's a waste of time.
Perfect. That's the first thing out of your mouth.
Got it.
Because then you say, what did he just say?
Got it.
Right? And then you can tell me a story about your mentor, and then you can tell me how to find my vision and all that. But people don't want to sit through that until you have to punch me in the gut. Not actually, but like with your words.
Yeah.
Right?
like a verbal slap.
Verbal slap. You're making me pay attention because I don't know who you are, and you just told me something that I want to believe, but I don't. I don't yet believe it, but I want to believe it. And so now I'm giving you a shot to see where you take this because you said something interesting. That's when you can control it. When you're doing a podcast and you have multiple people on, maybe it's you and Craig and your son or whatever, you may not know where it's going to go.
Right.
And so the best thing there is you use editing where your editor will take the highlight moments and put it at the beginning.
I just watched this. My wife and I just watched Smartless. I don't know if you've been watch that podcast, but it's Jason Bateman and David Arquette and Sean Haynes, and it's called I think it's Smartless. But that's exactly what they did at the beginning of it. It was something that was already in the podcast that was just like so freaking funny.
Yeah.
It was just like, you're going, oh my God, that was hilarious, and wow, brilliant. I love this stuff.
And that works for coaching too. When you're coaching somebody on their vision, the beginning kind of sucks because you're getting to know them.
Right.
If I made this into a YouTube video, the beginning would suck because I'm getting to know you.
Got it.
Right? So you're taking a highlight moment because somewhere in that video, when you coach them with their vision, what just happened now when you went, and you like slapped your face like that, like, we could cut that and put that in the beginning of the video. Yeah. It's like,
got it.
Something great's going to happen in here, right? And so when you're coaching people, I'm sure you get a lot of these aha moments that happen. So you put some of those at the beginning so that the first minute is a teaser for me to want to watch this whole session.
Got it.
So that's editing. So you can do that. So if it's a solo video, it's you getting better at the one-liner. Like, what is your powerful opinion before you tell me a story?
Got it.
And that can be something that you guys...
So you're giving me the formula for all three videos. So if I did one where I'm showing the process, I get it. I'm finding the highlight in there. That's the first 5 seconds or 1 minute. And then also when I'm doing a podcast, I got it. I freaking got it.
Good. I like it. Yeah, and then the solo videos, that's where you and maybe Craig or your son like teamwork to figure out, is this opinion powerful enough? Sure. But
both of them are amazing. It's just, hey, people don't get this. If you guys are not gonna, if you got to find the money to hire Evan, I'm just telling you guys, because the stuff that I've already learned from you, Evan, is going to make me millions of dollars where I can give to children and take care of my family. But it's just little stuff like this that people don't understand about coaching that you did for me that maybe the audience doesn't get, but I got it. I mean, that I just went, because I don't need to go another couple of years and have another 800 videos online that aren't doing anything.
Yeah. Well, and this is a big passion of mine, is like people like you with a lot of knowledge and a giant heart and a huge mission, then people never find you. Wow. Because the packaging isn't there.
Right.
Or some of the strategies are just a little tweak, right? Like stop doing live streams and upload videos. You'll get better results, right?
It's funny because the very first thing I did when I got your course is that's when I stopped doing Facebook and started, because I always did the Facebook Live. So then I had to figure out how to do the live on YouTube, and that's why, it was live streamed. It's like I immediately just started doing, I go right into the back office and click on live and do the title, and Matt shoots me the thumbnail, and away we go.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the framework for our content strategy. Now let's look at, let me go back over here. Now let's look at your thumbnails and titles. Okay. The good news about thumbnails and titles is that you can tweak these afterwards. You can always go back and change them and update them to get better results.
Okay.
The video themselves, you can't edit in a new intro. You can cut stuff if you want, but you can't edit in anything new. So when you look at this, first off, you look at the title. We want to pick titles that you think will not just attract attention, but also lean off of somebody else's video. So look at who's already done a successful video and then make your version of it. So if we look at this title, this is, so, you know, forget this, whatever, fine. This live on Instagram with Evan Charmichael is not going to be like your #1 video, right? That was just a little promo for what we're doing now.
Right.
Perfect. But the one before, how do you know that with Robert Hollis episode 3? Nobody's going to click on that if they don't know you.
Got it.
Right? Like a total stranger, who's Robert Hollis and how does he know what? I don't care. And episode 3 means nothing to me, right? Episode 3 versus 2 versus, right? So we're trying to imagine somebody that has no idea who you are. Again, the thumbnail picture is too small. I don't know who you are. If you want a comp, you know, if we go back to mine.
Right.
And we trusted the experts.
That's me and Tony. Hold on. So, you know, it's like there's Sadhguru and there's Tony and there's Deepak and these are some of the interviews that I've done. But like the face is giant and the text is giant.
Got it.
You can see it, right? Where if we go back to yours, the face is small. You're doing too much of your body. Like you don't need to show from the waist up. Headshot, emotional headshot. And the text is okay, but it could be bigger.
Got it.
And you look at this one, it's even worse, right? It's like, who is that guy? I have no idea.
Man, great coaching, man.
We want people to immediately recognize, oh, you don't know who that is? That's Robert Hollis. So we start to build up our brand. I'd love to see some consistency in the thumbnails too in terms of like, what is our font? If you think about big brands, we're trying to build the Robert Hollis brand. Brands have brand identity. They have a logo, they have fonts, and they have colors. What are our fonts and colors? So at the top, you're going like orange and black. So I like orange and black. You know, it's very, you know, I like it. It's hard to knock the gold and the black, right? I'm not going to say that's a bad combination, Robert. Okay, so this emits a certain style, right? Perfect. Right. But then I go here, and now it's like we're Hawaiian colors, which is fine too. But who are you?
If it was consistent.
Exactly. And this is totally normal. This happens all the time with channels, and this is just part of the process. And the good news for you is you can fix this. You can go back, or maybe not you, but team can go in and fix this. So I think with you, it's just figuring out what is our font. Even how you're doing this font is different than this font. And this one has a shadow and this one doesn't. And this is blue and red and this is, you know, white and gradient yellow into pink.
Got it.
And then you're going back to like white and blue. So it's all over the place. So what is our style? And this might be more from you. Like, what do you want your style to be? You know, what colors do you like? What font represents your brand? How do I create a vision? Is it something like this or is it something like this? And there's no right or wrong as long as you love it. It's in line with your vision. And then we can start being consistent on all of our videos.
Very good. So all the videos are done, edited, got the sharp thing up front. Now we're just uploading them.
Yeah, and then so now you've uploaded these videos and they don't even have a thumbnail. So these are your videos. These are your non-live streams?
No, them are me practicing, trying to figure out how to build a tab called podcast.
Great. So podcasts are here. So you've got the one podcast, which has 4 episodes.
It's weird. I haven't figured out how to separate them yet. If you click on underneath it, it'll drop down the other ones.
So
like there's a list under it.
On here, on the podcast? Yeah. So,
Yeah, if you go down one step further, there's a place where it says see them all or whatever.
There's 4 videos in your podcast.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's fine. But then you've got these videos that you've posted as well that have no thumbnail.
Right.
And so
those are some of those videos, believe it or not, are just videos that I already had. That was like when I spoke at a big event. I just decided to republish it because it was unlisted.
Great. Yeah, it was awesome. So with all of these, we want thumbnail and title.
Okay. Got it.
So, if this was a speech you did with Eric, right? Perfect.
Yeah.
So you uploaded 8 days ago. There's no thumbnail. I mean, we could. It's not bad. It's an emotional expression. So, you crushed it on stage. I'd zoom in on the face more. And then what's the main message from this video? Like what's my takeaway here? What did I learn from this speech? If I watch this, what am I going to learn? What would you say if we workshop this right now?
It still would have to do with it still would have to do with you being emotionally attached to a vision.
Okay, so something about vision needs to be in here. It needs to be the text and the thumbnail. And then in the title as well, like Robert Hollis
if they don't know
Eric,
me and they don't know Eric and they don't know the event, they're not going to get anything out of it.
Right, but like, are we only targeting people who know this event?
No.
That's right.
We're targeting everybody.
Well, what you're great at is building community and getting people to love you and the connection and care that you pour into people.
Correct.
Right? Like you're great at it. From the people joining and saying how much they love you and you're seeing in the live chat, awesome. But too much of the focus is just on people who already are in the community, which means the community starts to grow slowly. It's like we're getting results, but our subscribers are growing slowly.
Yes.
Because you're only talking to the people who know you, like you, trust you, and they slowly send, right? We need a bigger, it's just the packaging around your brand. That video at Eric's event, I'm sure is fantastic, but you calling it Robert Hollis speaking at Eric Lorre's GoPro is the wrong packaging. That's all. That's all.
I get it, man. I get it. I believe it or not, I only have like, right now I feel like Jerry Maguire, where you had me at hello. It's like, you really got me on track. I totally get it because you consistently keep talking about the perspective of a person that doesn't know me, and why would they watch the first 5 seconds or even a minute? It's like, if you're trying to create and bring in new people, what are you going to do in that first couple of seconds, or when they even see the header of the YouTube cover? Why should I click on any of this dude's videos? Why? Yeah. It's like, got it.
And the good news is these are easy problems to fix.
Right.
Because it's just packaging and how we're adjusting the strategy a little bit, but you're great at what you do. Like if you sucked, it'd be a lot harder. Right?
Or like, ugly or sick or
well, it's like if you're coming on and you're going to talk about vision, but then you can't talk and you stumble and you suck at building community, like there's a lot of skills that then have to be built up for you to take off, where you're great at all of that. And now it's just like the final 5% of, it's an important 5%, but you still have the 95% from all of the work and care and love and effort you've built up over decades to get to this point. So it's like it's
being a Hall of Fame basketball player, but now you want to be a businessman. Different skills. You can dunk on somebody, but now to go from a Hall of Fame basketball player to be in a $1 billion brand like Michael Jordan, that's a little bit different.
I don't think it's even that much of a gap, honestly. Like I think you already have, you're 95% of the way there. You're just a Hall of Fame basketball player playing in Greece.
Yeah.
And we just got to get you to the NBA.
Great analogy.
Right? And no, I mean, Greece is great. No knock on Greece. For any great people in the house.
You walk down the street and no one knows you.
you've got all like the skill sets are very transferable because how did you build your company? I would guess it's still by caring about people, about helping them figure out their vision, about investing and listening and being supportive, right? Like all of those things become great transferable skills to making content. We're just playing in the wrong pool. That's all.
Well, the only other question I had before I let you go, but you sort of answered it. I was going to say, you know, how much effort have you, or do you know that others have done in investing in advertising to drive people to the channel? And I need to fix all the stuff that you just told me before if I was going to do that, or if it works. Does advertising work to help at all?
It's very expensive to do it well.
Yeah.
Very expensive to do it well. And so it wouldn't be, if you're investing, if you had budget, and this all depends on, like the advice I'm giving you is different than somebody else who's has 5,000 subscribers, because you have team and budget that they may not have. So if you had budget, my first priority would be on the editing, getting that down. So we've talked about it. The second would be on the filming. So you have somebody come in and filming you in high quality, and we're not using our laptop anymore to make videos.
You wouldn't believe how much how old are you? Do you mind if I ask?
43.
You look so younger than that. My son of 31, you should see the camera equipment and the lights and the stuff that we have. And he's been beating me up on this forever.
Well, listen to him.
So after he gets done watching this.
What's your son's name?
Dad, just listen to Evan.
Yeah, what's your son's name?
What's
your son's name?
Matthew.
Is he here live?
He probably is, yeah.
Okay, if not, Matthew, like clip this and pull it up. Anytime that your dad says, I want to use my laptop camera, I says, Evan Charmichael says, no, Robert, not allowed. Use Matthew's gear. Okay?
Oh, my God.
Clip that moment, Matthew, and just have it ready to play anytime he's giving you some issues.
I got it. He knows I got it.
Good. The third could be, so budget, right? So editing, team for gear. The third would be having somebody, and I can refer you to somebody if you like, but being in with you on the channel and doing more of a done for you to help you title the videos and thumbnail the videos and strategize the content, working with you more closely. Basically like having somebody like me, but come in and do some of that work. So split testing thumbnails, split testing the titles, reviewing your next script, coming up with ideas for what your next video should be called, all of the like ongoing maintenance of a channel and what goes into it. And that, you know, it's starting at $2,000 a month and going up to $5,000 a month. So you're kind of in that range. So that would be having somebody deeper in on the channel.
Well, I'll get Matt to either do it or I'll take his money and no, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
This is a shortcut, right? It's like, so Matt could go learn it, and that might take him a while. I don't know how long it take him to learn it, or you get somebody who already knows how to do it, and that shortcuts the path to get there faster.
He would like that. He doesn't mind. He does. I was just joking.
Perfect. So that role then becomes not just filming, but then strategy and data and analysis. And we're going to test something new on the intro for next week's video. And then we're going to look at that first minute audience retention and see if it worked or not. All the data kind of stuff that you might find, you know, enjoyable every now and then, but probably don't want to obsess over all of your YouTube stats over every little thing.
I used to be an automotive engineer. So
right.
just watching the data, watching the time, see where you know, of course I don't know what to look for, but yeah, that's exciting to me.
So the two main things, and if Matthew wants to dive in on that, is the retention at 1 minute.
Okay.
You want the ideal is 70% at 1 minute.
70% at 1 minute.
That's really hard to hit, and nobody hits it consistently.
Got it.
So that, like, let's look at where we're at 1 minute, and you know, if you're at 30% at 1 minute, that means you lost 70% of people in the first minute.
Got it.
So it doesn't matter what happens in the rest of the 2 hours. No. You lost 70% of people in the first minute.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah,
just
sort of
seeing
like,
that data.
sort of like skipping advertising. And, when people advertise on your YouTube channels, people are skipping it. And it's like, I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah, well, they're not just skipping, they're leaving. They're going somewhere else.
Got it.
So that's where it's sobering sometimes to look at. It's like, I spent 2 hours recording this video, and I brought this guest on, and 70% of people left in the first minute. It's like nobody's left.
Evan, that's why I left the coaching business. Because I would do these whole courses and then see 15,000 views on the first video. By the time you get to the 5th video, it's 53 people.
Yeah.
It's like, just go through the course and apply it. But I'm sure, people are people. Yeah, we're not gonna change them. We just need to find people at the right time.
So you'll get great data on your audience retention, and that's where we start to test things. So, for example, when we just did that little role play where what's your powerful opinion, and you started with a story about your mentor, that's where you say, okay, look, when we start with this story, we tank. But when we start with a powerful opinion, it does better. So, okay, what's our powerful opinion for the next time? And letting the data play out as well. And so every video, look at your retention. You can already go in now and see how the retention is going on your videos. But for new ones, as they come out, look at the retention and then see where you're at 1 minute. And it's probably going to be sobering at the beginning.
No,
hey. But it's nowhere but up. Right? It's nowhere but improvement from there, right? So it's great.
Yeah, most people would. Yeah, the one line that you said, you probably already know this, in your videos that got me to buy your course, was when you said, because virtually everybody says this, is like, listen, I can get great SEO on your videos. You know what I mean? And so when you said, hey, listen, that's BS. And I'm going like, okay, so the cheaper courses, that's what they're going to teach you, is how to focus on SEO instead of some of the stuff that you shared with me here today.
Yeah. So retention is one. And then the other most important thing for Matthew and you if you're looking at data, is the click-through rate on your videos.
Click-through rate. And
that's going to be a function of your thumbnail and your title.
Okay.
So inside of that, you test. And then you see, and we're launching software that helps with that. There's another tool, or you can just update it and see what happens. But the goal becomes,
and that's the brand analytics that you have.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that'll automatically pick the videos that should be doing better but aren't.
Got it.
Like you're getting a lot of impressions, meaning YouTube is showing this video to people, but they're not clicking on it. So you're getting high impressions but a low click-through rate. Means the video is good, but your thumbnail title objectively are not good, right?
Got it.
It's like it's not my opinion that it's not good. YouTube is showing you that this is not good, which is why I love YouTube. There's a lot of objective data to play with as opposed to just people's opinions and I like that or I don't like that. Okay, well, cool. Like if we, even in looking at your thumbnails, if you zoom in on the face and then you make the text a little easier to read and pick your brand fonts and colors, you'll improve your click-through rate, which now means more people are watching your videos, right? New people. Right? Which solves the problem you asked at the very beginning of like, our metrics are growing, but nobody's subscribing. This is how we start to do it. We're appealing to new people.
Very good. Great stuff.
So that's a good starting point.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's given me a lot to work on it for sure.
Awesome. Well, any final thoughts or questions?
Nope.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure to connect one-on-one and super excited to see where you take this, Robert. I believe in the mission, man. I believe in what you're doing.
I know you do. I could feel it in your heart. And yeah, I think one of the things I first asked one of your people, I think it was Jim, is, man, does Evan have an affiliate link? And he goes, no, not right now. And I said, well, I'm going to promote him anyway. So I really appreciate what you're doing for people.
Cool. Thank you, Robert. Thank you for the time. And let's go build the channel.
Amen. Thank you, Evan. Have a blessed
All right. Much love.
Much love.